Timing of all this, very bizarre. Onto a Fox 40 exclusive now, an in-depth look at the safety of regional transit. RT trains involved in 40 collisions last year. A lot of those were deadly. Tonight, we get an unprecedented access from RT to expose the risks that a lot of people know nothing about. Here's Chris Beal with what's really to blame for all those accidents.
Miles of track. Dash cam video given only to Fox 40 gives us the operator's perspective when they run into trouble. RT is giving us unprecedented access to illustrate their point: you can't beat a train. For our test, we have one camera on the brakes, one in the cab of the train, one between the tracks, and one camera next to the train. Going at 20 miles per hour, the operator hits the brakes. It takes 6 seconds to stop, a good distance from where the operator first applied the brakes.
And so again, with the accident we heard about tonight, very timely to say the very least. When the crash is not the fault of RT, they actively go after the insurance company for the other person involved to at least recoup some of their costs.
What started as a kiss on the cheek ended up here, and here, and here.
Things like this become viral really quickly.
This sure is a complicated story. Within minutes of when we first broke this story Monday night, the comments started forming. As a gay couple, we will not feel comfortable shopping at this mall any longer, one commenter said, and he's one of thousands who posted.
More, love you more.
After this gay couple said they were asked to leave the Roseville Galleria.
If you continue to kiss, you will be asked to leave the mall, period.
I went down to the Westfield management office to get a response.
Are people allowed to kiss on the cheek then?
You know, if you guys, I have a meeting I have to go to.
This was on Monday. Since then, the mall has released 4 written statements. The first, persons that violate the code of conduct are asked to leave the property. After the Galleria met with various LGBT groups this week, the mall released a 4th statement today. Let us be clear, if anyone was made to feel singled out on basis of sexual orientation or gender identity at a Westfield location, we apologize.
I think the so-called apology is too little too late. It looks as if it's a reaction rather than a sincere apology.
Fox 40, the only local news at 5:30. Now, Eric Harriman.
It's March Madness, but our capital city's reputation. An arena plan set to be unveiled, but wait, hold on. No plan today? The fate and future of the Kings and the arena still very much hanging in the balance tonight. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll start your only local newscast at 5:30 with team coverage. Some new numbers out today show a few more thousand people across the nation are without a job. First-time unemployment claims rose last week by about 2,000. Overall, there are at least 300,000 people looking for a job right now. And that's why Fox 40 very committed to adding jobs to our local economy and letting you know who's hiring and when they're hiring. Steph in the newsroom. And Steph, one good side effect of the housing market is jobs here in our state.
Yeah, of course, new housing going up means that, and you can check out our website, fox40.com. Once you get there, search the keywords and our campaign. It's called Add One Job, plus a full list of local employers looking to hire, maybe you.
Steph, thank you. Razor inductees this year include the Warner Brothers, and of course, we will be there every step of the way.
All right, time for your out-the-door weather. What to expect tomorrow morning as you head off to work, school, wherever you are headed. You can see temperatures will be, for the most part, in the upper 40s. Otherwise, we're looking at mostly sunny skies, northwesterly winds. They will be picking up. We're talking about breezy conditions. I'll let you know when and where coming up.
All right, Christina, thank you very much. 10 years. They have their 10-year anniversary this summer in July.
Yeah, they have something to celebrate. Here's Sabrina Rodriguez with History in a Minute.
Rancho Cordova's city motto is City Life Reinvented, and it's definitely done that with its name. First being called Hangtown Crossing, and then later Mill Station. It got the name Rancho Cordova from one of its vineyards in 1955. While the gold rush brought people through the community in 1849, it was the area's vineyards and orchards that thrived from 1850 to 1880. The next big commodity, the air. Mather Air Force Base was first occupied in 1918 and was actually named after this guy, Carl Spencer Mather. Mather, who was killed in Texas during one of the first training classes for World War I pilots. The base closed in 1993, but still functions as an airport. As for the other big aerial draw, Aerojet brought a lot of residents during the 1950s and 60s, during the height of the space race. Now, the company specializes in missile and space propulsion, as well as defense and armaments. Making Rancho Cordova into a city was tried in both 1961 and in 1978, but it finally passed in the 2002 election, and now over 64,000 people live here.
Yeah, a lot that you just didn't know about the city of Rancho Cordova because it's kind of tucked away.
All right, time for our new segment tonight. It's called Under the Radar. Here's Paul Robbins with some stories that he liked that might have gone unnoticed.
First up, local news that might have gone under your radar, a new list of the nation's things that they've captured. And finally, under the radar and underground. They stopped major underground mining for gold in Amador County more than 50 years ago. Well, about a year and a half ago, somebody decided it was time to try again. And just last week, Sutter Gold Mining, Inc. reported one of 6 test bores at the old Sutter mine most certainly struck gold. They've got permission to dig up to 150 tons of ore per day. It's smack dab in the middle of a 10-mile stretch of the Mother Lode where they found 60% of all the gold that was produced during the gold rush. And it looks like there's still gold in them Bar Hills.
I knew he wanted to say that.
Yeah.
You know, you knew that was coming, right?
He had to. It's Paul Robbins.
Yeah.
He couldn't not say that.
Exactly.
Let's get back to Paul Robbins and Bethany Crouch.
And Sabrina Rodriguez.
Hello.
It's time for Don't Be That Guy, the segment where we talk about social pet peeves and we call out bad behavior.
And today's guy, you're taking us to the parking lot, right?
That's right. So if you've ever had your car dinged or if you've lost a parking spot, you definitely know this guy. In parking spots, in walkways, and propped up on planters, the guy we're talking about is the careless shopping carter. Then there's this guy who just pushed his cart to the side instead of walking it across the aisle. Now, there are plenty of people who follow the rule, but the few who don't can be a pain. So next time, just take a look around, find the corral, walk the cart over. And don't be that guy.
Plus, it helps you burn a few extra calories.
For sure.
Sure, just so that you can eat the food you just bought without guilt.
But yes, one of those things that actually got brought up because people are frustrated because when those carts are out there, they tend to roll and they'll dig your car. Yeah.
Remember that old Honda commercial where one was rolling towards the car and the guy did the flying leap to tackle the cart to keep it from hitting his car? I love that commercial.
It's true. And then there's also the other problem as well as, you know, people that will sometimes take the carts off the property as well. Sometimes they maybe don't have a vehicle. Well, those carts are expensive. They're about $800 each. So,
really?
What?
Yeah, and
well, that's surprising.
It costs the actual stores quite a bit of money when they lose them.
Which in turn means it costs us money.
Absolutely.
Okay, just to be clear.
So yes, don't be that guy. And of course, we're also looking for your suggestions of don't be that guy. So if you have any of them, please reach out to us on Facebook, email, or even on Twitter. And who knows, maybe you could be, featured on one of these segments that we do here.
And also, please don't be that gal.
Yes.
All right.